Hey guys, this is Mishu back again. It's been a little bit, but we're back in business, and I wanted to also talk about finances again and how it is important to do a real estate and to do investment, and just in general, just start investing and do investment in general. It is a very nice environment here in the United States, but what I've noticed in general, like throughout the world, there are different places and areas, like whatever you want to go and invest in, whatever area that you might be living in, you might want to consider to do investing or put your money into the sort of bricks or stocks or bonds or whatever, or the best is diversify in general and things of that nature. So in this video, we're going to talk about the importance to do a finance, to do finance, personal finance, in terms of investing, how important it is and how important to keep doing that. So in this video, I just want to talk about that in terms of like, hey, you gotta start investing, you gotta start think about investing. I notice quite so many people just do live their lives, just paycheck to paycheck, and I get it. There are all sorts of stuff going on, just life in general, and that's definitely maybe the whole one of the biggest reason. All sorts of stuff coming in, going out, and all that. So but I think it is also important to set aside a little bit of money, just a little bit of money, like you can do like $1, $2, or at least $10, but as you start rolling that ball, you can go and get to a point where you're like, oh, you know what, I got quite a bit of money already in savings and things like that. So it's astonishing to me that I noticed that a lot of people don't do investing in general. They just like, hey, they go, they do their work, they get the pay, and that's it, done. It's miraculously all of a sudden, all the way in the end, they expect to have some sort of cushion or thing, or whatever that happens. So but it's not like they invest or anything like that. So but in general, what I wanted to talk about is that the system itself, within the United States and pretty much the whole world, really, as you consider the things, how the money moves and things like that. So if you don't know that, just consider like the topic as every time you open a news outlets or whatever, you will hear word inflation and economy or things of that nature. So inflation and economy is like almost always there. So almost always there. If you talk about like finances and things like that. So what is that telling us? It tells us that the world in general, or like the many countries in general, obviously they operate in finance, they operate in money, and they do exchanges and things like that. But one of the main reasons that thing is there is that the system has been set up, like, or just not by somebody, but at least, well, somebody, but it came to a point where all of the countries, most of them, they use fiat money, so fiat currency. And what that does is that, like, obviously, we're not going to go too deep in that, but you will basically have, or that country will have, or many countries, pretty much all of the countries now, they have, I don't even know if there's like any country in the world that not have a fiat currency set up in the way they do. So, and that means basically it's a paper money, right? And the government is backing up that money, so to speak, the local government, right? So United States is United States, obviously, and the other countries is their countries, right? So their country's money. So in any case, they do have the inflation. The word inflation is actually gotten to a point where it's like bad for middle class and regular folk, and then just like it gets there, right? So and that's if you think about it, it's really if it doesn't work for you, it will always work against you, right? So that's kind of a thing that inflation is and has and will do for the money that people have. So in other words, inflation is always, right? So it's always money gets devalued, so to speak. So in the it's in the other word, so it's a crude word, like, but it's best like describing. So let's say you got $1 for the same $1 at the beginning of the some year or whatever year it is, you will have so let's say you buying like a gum or something like that, just just a candy bar, whatever. So you buy one candy bar for $5, let's say, right? And then a few years later, you got the same candy bar you will buy for like $7-8, right? So what's the reason for it? Is because money got devalued just a little bit, right? And then we experienced that. All of a sudden, you heard all that, hey, interest rates is rising, all that. So what that happens is that inflation is rising, and people trying to keep it like together, especially within the United States and the other countries as well. So why is that? Is because they don't want to like price for goods and all that rising. So if you want inflation to be on your side, so to speak, so that's where you want to be investing into the physical goods, such as, let's say, real estate, or buying, well, that's not a physical good, but gold or things like that, precious metals and things of that nature. There are also options for the cryptocurrency, which is a little bit chaotic, not my preference, but it is out there, right? So stocks, obviously a lot good tool, really good tool. Bonds, CDs, certificate of deposits, and things like that. So based on within the United States, there are a bunch of options, and just the ones that I mentioned, those include those and something else, like a few other ones. I'm not gonna just go all through the list, but the important thing that I wanted to talk about is that investing is one of the major things that people has to do, is that because otherwise you will be left behind with inflation. That's one of the keys, is that's what I mentioned, why I'm mentioning, hey, you gotta start, you gotta do it, otherwise your money will left behind. So put it somewhere, like at least so you got like some cash, right? So put it into one of the safest, I think, is the certificate deposit or bonds that just basically against inflation. So they actually go and see, like, that's the focus on within the United States specifically. There is an option to buy that bond, I think, or CD, I don't remember the exact name for that, but you can buy that and you can protect your money against that inflation. It's not investing in general, but at least you protecting yourself from inflation. So at least your money is not, being left behind or just being burned down, so to speak, without using it. So that's one thing. But investing in general is one of the best ways to do it. And me personally, I'm kind of on the safe side of things. I'm usually invest in mutual funds with dividends, and I just basically reinvest those dividends that they pay out. I just reinvest, and then it just accumulates. So obviously you need to do your own research. What's the best mutual fund to go after, and things of that nature. So I also invest in real estate, which is another good pillow to invest to, or have that diversification, because as the inflation grows, so the price of the good, so the price of the apartment, or specifically you need to check also apartment, the market itself, the locality of that, but you gotta do that one. So I'm doing that one, and is that how am I protected within the real estate, is that I'm buying real estate. Let's say I bought an apartment for $100,000. A year later, it would be costing around $150,000 or something like that. It depends on the market, how it moves, again, the economy, again, the interest rates and the demand and buying and all that. But I know that it will grow eventually, right? So people will do, the market, the locality is growing, it gets better, all that. So jobs going up and all that. So that's the important part that I wanted to talk about to you guys all. is that investing is one of the keys, and especially the system within the United States and in your own country. Just look at that. At least I'm speaking, I'm living here, and as I experience that, I look at that system is that what I noticed is that there's always going to be inflation, and especially like within this country. So at least as of today, right? So there's going to be inflation always. So as of this day, right? So that's why I'm thinking, okay, so there's got to be either protection, and there is protection, right? So there's like like the bond, or it's a treasury bond or something like that. That protects against inflation. But that caused me to think about, okay, you know what? I need that money to be sitting somewhere, at least be working somehow. At least, like, if I don't buy real estate, if I don't invest in that, I'm gonna put that money into the something. So at least that would be working for me and be protected against inflation. And like the best way is that finally it will go and grow and be actually multiplied back, right? So those are the key features that the system that we're living in, economic system, right, within the United States, and I'm sure in your country too. I don't know the country that, like, right now there's like maybe few that we can count on the hand that doesn't have the, like, economic system that basically incentivizes the investment and things of that nature. So in this country specifically, yes, that money, like if it sits at least one day, or like, yeah, whatever reasons, like, like at least a 1 month for sure, that will lose value, just a little tiny bit of the percent, but it will be losing value in terms of inflation. So your inflation will eat up your money. It's not like, but it's just the way it is. So you won't be able to buy the same candy bar like a year ago and things, and like buy it like a year or two later. So that's why it is the same. It's set up in a way that to invest and basically keep that money working, and that's what it is. So think about it, but in the terms of the benefits of that, it actually gives you more benefits. As far as I'm thinking from my point of view, is that it gives you more benefits of being an investor and do investing, right? So keep that money working instead of go and you spend it, whatever. Like, I know there are things that you got to spend your money on, like regular basis, just whatever, take care of your needs and all that. But the best way is that you stay on the track, and then you start investing, you go into that, and you start educate yourself in investing and start protecting your money against that inflation, because that's not the same money as it used to be. So, and that's the whole message of this video. So if you guys want to follow for more, check my video, like and subscribe down below. Thank you guys for watching. So that's just an encouragement video to get your feet wet, so to speak, and go after and do investing. I know it's not going to be like one-time deal and like just a big lottery ticket, boom and done and gone and all that. No, but it will be done and gone if you do that like fast way. But consistent normal investing, like you check your company, you check your information, all that. So it goes all the way there. There's so much videos on the internet, on the YouTube, and just think of it from the perspective of common sense. Well, a lot of not common sense, not common anymore, but so in other words, just think about it before you do investing and all that. So that's strategies and everything. So consulted with the financial planner and all that. So but you got to do that, because otherwise the fear will just keep you there and eat your money, so to speak. So, and that's by the physical thing called inflation, which like it's not really noticeable, but it's there. So, and it's very hard to see that and like not to do it, and it's just makes me sad. So, but anyway, on that note, we're just gonna consider that, and I encourage you to check out the investing just in general as an idea and see if you can make those changes in your life. And I hope that you will be your endeavors will be successful. So all the best, guys. See you guys next time. Like and subscribe down below if you like that video. Thank you guys for watching. Ciao.